The true power of Great Sword in Sunbreak. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, you ain't seen nothing yet. Hello and welcome, my fellow connoisseurs of Swordicus Maximus Greaticus. It's time for the, I guess I should say, true best greatsword build. Because yes, while I have presented to you already the best greatsword build, and I will link that down below, and I am very pleased and proud to say that at least at the time of this video's release, that build, ignoring Dereliction, is the mathematically strongest greatsword build, provably so, at 860 effective set raw, and that is really cool. Don't get me wrong, I would love to be proven wrong, but as of yet, nothing else from anyone else has done so, and believe me, I would love that to happen because I love greatsword and more damage better, but as it currently stands, that is the best comfy non-dereliction set you can get your hands on, so if that's your thing, give it a go. But as I mentioned in that build, dereliction is the true secret to, well, unlimited power. The only catch is you have to play while having your health constantly, endlessly, forever drained, which isn't for everyone. It does require a conscious change to your playstyle because you need to be mindful of, the fact you're perpetually, slowly, constantly, endlessly, forever drained, which isn't for everyone. It does require a conscious change to your playstyle because you need to be mindful of, the fact you're perpetually, slowly dying. But that said, dereliction is a monstrously good skill, and woven into the fabric of the greatsword build I've already shown you, it becomes magnificent. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I will present to you the best pure greatsword build when all we care about is the highest number achievable, and let's be honest, we're playing greatsword for the highest number achievable. That's not bad, right? Over a 2,000 gain on the same equivalent hits that the non-dereliction build did. Oh, we are in for the treatiest of treats. So first and foremost then, dereliction. What's actually going on here? Well, it's the skill from the final boss armor set, and essentially for sitting in blue scroll, which means yes, you will be sitting in blue scroll for this, which is fine for us greatswords as we have very little to swap off the, well, objectively best switch skill loadout anyway, but you will have it in blue and stay in blue. For sitting in blue scroll, you gain the following benefits. At rank 1, plus 15 raw, rank 2, plus 20, rank 3, plus 25. And after the curios that are now flying around you, which by the way looks badass, have drained enough blood, which takes about a minute, there will become 2 curios, and then a minute later, there will be 3 curios. And on all 3 ranks of dereliction, it is an extra plus 5 attack per extra curio. So in essence, rank 1 is a total of plus 25, rank 2 a total of plus 30, and rank 3 a total of plus 35. So look at rank 1 for a second, right? For a single skill point in dereliction, we gain 25 raw attack.
The prophecy is true.
Words cannot be wrought that accurately conveys how good that is. So, with our best greatsword still equipped, which still is the Chimera Greatsword, and if you want to know why that is, well, it mathematically is the most powerful greatsword, but if you want that explaining in detail, well, again, check out the previous best greatsword build for non-dereliction that I will link down below. Also, the 10 best greatswords are there as well, and pretty much you can use all of them, but today is all about the best, so of course, Chimera. Now then, this is our dereliction build. Yes, indeed. Not too shabby for a undecorated, untalismaned template, is it not? A good bit of basically everything that we love. Now, I should pause and, well, explain why we're not using Geismagorm Arms for the final 2 ranks of Dereliction. The simple reason is you do less damage if you use Geismagorm Arms over using Baroth Arms, and that's simply because the Geismagorm Arms have 2 Dereliction, a Resentment, and just a single big decoration slot. And maybe in the future, if we get like double attack or double crit boost so we can make better use of a 4 slot, that might change. But for now, the extra damage that ranks 2 and 3 of Dereliction give you is not worth more damage than the insane efficiency of the Baroth Arms that give you an offensive guard, 2 attack, and a 2 slot, which is a +4 to skills that we desire and need. Mathematically, it's just a damage loss to go all the way with Dereliction when simply rank 1 is optimum. And think about it, it makes sense. Rank 1 Dereliction gives us +25 raw. Going to ranks 2 and 3 only increases that to +35, just 10 more at the cost of using otherwise garbage gloves. So yeah, Dereliction is the way for Greatsword, but only one of it from the legs. The legs, which are insanely good, because they give Resentment, which obviously with Dereliction has 100% uptime, but more importantly, 3 slots to do with what we will, which is very tasty. So that said, and that justification aside then, let us decorate this set up to the 9s. And there we have it. Full attack, crit eye at the 4, full boost, full exploit, full offensive guard, couple bits of resentment, a bit of chain crit, and of course that all-important dereliction. Now then, of course, the talisman is empty, so if we add the talisman that I have, which is 3 crit eye and a 2 slot, what you want is to add whichever talisman gives you the most either attack or crit eye, and then redecorate accordingly. We end up with this situation where we have full attack, full crit eye, 3 resentment, 3 boost, 3 exploit, 3 offensive guard, and our dereliction. That is lunacy! And do you realize how much damage this does? Do you? Do you? I'll tell you. So, the best Greatsword build not using Dereliction has a total set effective raw attack damage, however you want to label it, of 860 when everything is mapped out and accounted for. This set, when everything is allowed for, well, let me show you. We have our Greatsword then at 330, we add to it our 10 attack, we add to it our 5 from chain crit, we add to it our 15 from resentment, and finally our +25 from dereliction, for a grand total of 385. We then multiply that by 1.1 or 10% from the attack boost, we multiply it again by 1.15 or 15% from offensive guard, we multiply it once more by 1.39 or 39% from purple sharpness, and lastly we multiply it by 1.36 or 36% more damage from having 90% affinity with 3 crit boost, resulting in the staggering 920, a 60 set total attack gain over the best non-dereliction set. That, ladies and gentlemen, is fabulous and entirely worth running this health-draining curious skill for. Now, you may be sat there thinking, but what about Bloodright? Is that right? Well, yes, but actually, no. Well, actually, yes. You can do a version of this build with 1 dereliction and 2 bloodright, and you can do a version of this build and dereliction with 1 bloodright. The 2 bloodright build does look like this, and it's certainly not bad, and means you will be healing for 7% of the damage you do to broken parts. The 1 bloodright set looks like this, and again, certainly not bad, and means you'll be healing for 4% of the damage you do to broken parts. Both options in different amounts soften the blow of using dereliction and the health drain. But, well, here you go. This is the calculations for how much damage using these 4 options do. Your best non-dereliction set at a 60, which I presented last time. Your 2 Bloodright set is only a gain of 11. The 1 Bloodright set is a gain of 36, which is quite tasty. And then ignoring Bloodright altogether and going full dereliction is that sweet 920. So you can decide for yourselves how far along that scale you want to go with how comfortable you are playing with dereliction and having your health constantly drained. I hope that somewhat makes sense. But before I leave you then, having now imparted upon you such derelicious knowledge, derelicious, does that work? It works, right? I will leave a few little tips for actually playing with dereliction. Tip number 1 is the Super Recovery Dango. This, for, well, at least 20 minutes, but likely the entire hunt, will slowly give you a permanent health regen effect. This essentially translates to dereliction draining your health about 33% slower. That's really nice, consider using it with dereliction. Secondly, well, there is the gourmet fish. You get this from farming popfish at the Argosy, giving it in a motley mix, and Bob's your uncle, or fish in this case. And what this will do for a minute and a half is give you a significant health regen effect on top of healing your red health when you first eat it. That health regen from this fish for a minute and a half slows down the dereliction by about 70%. And both this and the Dango together almost completely overpowers it. So they are your options for playing with dereliction. Bring a stack of gourmet fish with you, use it whenever you're feeling a little bit threatened or things are getting a little bit risky, and you will have a much better time and get to keep all that extra power the dereliction set provides. And God, does it provide some power, especially against afflicted, where you get extra healing from having blood blight, which actually helps you counter dereliction and honestly is kind of worth getting hit once in a while for, which is of course the only reason I ever get hit by afflicted monsters. I'm sure you understand. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You asked and I have delivered. This is the true highest damage greatsword set currently available possible in Sunbreak without any title updates, using 1 rank of dereliction, and well, there you have it. Enjoy, and happy Strongarm big number slaughtering my fellow brethren of the greatest weapon and greatest of swords. Like if you have enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more Sunbreak and indeed greatsword goodness. There is plenty more builds, playstyles, including Surge Slash and the like to bring you over the coming weeks. For now then, consider supporting the future of this channel on Patreon down below. And until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.